Hello and welcome. Today I'm gonna rate 5 natural pain relief that I use for my second birth, which was at home. If you are new here, I am gonna talk about everything trying to conceive, pregnancy, natural birth and postpartum. You might see that I have other videos on my channel where I speak in French, but I am now switching to English so that I can touch more women. I hope you will appreciate the French accent. So, let's get into it. The 5 natural pain relief that I use for labor, and I'm gonna rate them. If there are some of them that you would like more information about, don't hesitate to leave a comment below and I will make a video just on that. The first one that I want to talk about is dance and movement. Because I was at home and I knew I was gonna stay home, I put very loud music. I put funky music and I loved it, and I dance and dance and dance. I was dancing during the contraction, I was dancing in between, I was just in the flow, and I really liked that. I really liked the movement and I really liked to just be in the music. And I didn't know if I was gonna like something more calm and zen or something a bit more that moves, and I loved playing a full funky playlist. Just gave me this urge to dance, and it was great. I will rate that a good 7 out of 10 because I didn't use it for the second stage of labor, which was a bit harder, which I will talk about after. So I will give a good 7 out of 10 for the first part of labor. The second natural pain relief tool that I used was a comb. The comb in the hand, I don't know if you heard about that, everybody swears about it. So I thought, you know, why not? I didn't know it for my first, I'm gonna try it. I'm in the flow, I'm gonna try for this next contraction and we'll see. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna rate that a 1 out of 10. This did not work for me at all. It was painful. It didn't help with reducing the contraction pain. It didn't help to take my head out of the contraction pain, because this is what it's supposed to do, kind of bypass the pain, because it's a pain and a pressure point in your hand. So then you don't focus on the contraction, but it did not work for me at all. It was horrible. And it was horrible because I had another tool that I will talk about, and it's the number 4. And that's also why I just took it and I threw it. I didn't even finish the contraction with it. So yes, sorry, but that would be a 1 for me. Second natural pain relief that I used was hot water. This was amazing. So I had a birth pool at home and the water was pretty hot. When I entered this, it was amazing. All the time before that, I was moving, dancing, and when I entered, it was so good. I was just like floating. The hot water was really nice. And I had my doula that was just, dropping a little bit of water, like hot water from the pool on my lower back, and it was just so nice. This was a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. I'm not saying 10 because I have an even better tool that I'm gonna talk about just after, but this was very good. If you can get yourself a birthing pool. For my first, I didn't want one because I thought, I have a bath. Oh my god, no. The bath was so uncomfortable. I didn't know how to place myself. I didn't know how to hold myself. It was horrible. It was not big enough. The water didn't stay warm. And I don't know, in the birth pool, it stayed warm for quite some time. And it was so comfortable. It was really soft. At the bottom, it was also inflated and it was so soft. And then I could place myself on several positions. It was really nice. So I would recommend if you can. Maybe you can just rent it. Yeah, it makes the difference. For me, it did make a difference. The fourth natural pain relief that I used, and this is, I swear about it, and I tell everybody that wants to know, I searched the wall of TikTok, nobody talks about it, so I am the one talking about that on TikTok. Know it, come from me. Is to use your clitoris. I'm gonna make a video all about that, but the clitoris is a natural pain relief. And, we say, oh, it's just for pleasure. This is the only organ on your body that is just there for pleasure. But it's not. I believe that it has another function, which is to help labor. Help with the contraction, so it would reduce the intensity. This was a godsend. I must say that it was the best thing. Like, I wish I knew that for my first. But on top of helping with the intensity of the pain, it also helps with the production of oxytocin. And this is what you want. Oxytocin is the main hormone of labor. This is the one that makes good contraction. This is the one that makes fast labor. This is the one that will close your blood vessels so that you don't have, you have a good, safe third stage of labor with your placenta. This is the one that will increase the bond with your baby, give you better chance of breastfeeding your baby, reducing postpartum depression. This is like, why nobody is saying this? Like, we only say it's there for pleasure, but it's not. I am sure, 100% sure, that we have a uterus, men don't have. We have a clitoris, men don't have. They can't give birth, we can. So it's in the same place, it must be related. It must be there for a reason. And apparently, back then, a long, long time ago, Egypt and so on, apparently women, when we find some birth story, they don't talk about pain. So, did they use that? Why not? This is the same place, It could be that instinctively they were doing it. So, my best advice, I will give that a 10 out of 10. If I could, I would give even 20 out of 10. So, when I was using the comb just to try, because I was using the clitoris, and then I tried the comb for one contraction because, I was very conscious in between contraction. And when I tried that, I was like, nope. I dished it and I came back for the clitoris because it was such a reduction in the intensity. I would have tried another contraction without, just to see, is it in my head or is it really reducing the pain? And I cannot stress enough how a contraction with and without the clitoris was not the same. So give it a try. Give it a try, and if you feel embarrassed, just give it a try when you're at home. I will make a full video about that, and I will talk about all of this around the taboo that there is around, woman pleasure and so on. But this is not there for the pleasure. It's there to help with your labor. So I will talk about that in another video. And the fifth and the last natural pain relief that I wanted to talk about was the ball, the yoga ball that, people talk about it. So I sometimes see women just jumping on it. This is not really the way that we should be using. I mean, you do what you want, obviously, but the way we should be using is more like, rounding around on the ball, really doing movement like that to help with your contraction, to help with gravity, and also other position. So perhaps you can put you like that, you put your hands on the ball and you are just, in your own space. And again, you could stretch when you have your contraction, whatever feels good to you. So this, I would say, maybe a 5 out of 10, because I wouldn't say that it helped for the pain. It helps sometimes to change between this and the movement. And I've used it a little bit, but, the clitoris and the hot water and the dancing was so much better that I rather used it. But I wanted to talk about the comb and the ball, the yoga ball, because a lot of people are talking about it. So I wanted to give my own rating. So I don't know if I said, but I would give that a 5 out of 10, nothing really to say about it. That's about it for me. I really wanted to talk to you about one thing, this number 4 that nobody talks about. This is really what I wanted to tell you, which was the best thing that helped me really. I didn't mention, but it was the freebirth. So I knew I had no other pain relief available to me. I didn't have a midwife with gas and air, for example. I was not going to go to the hospital, so I knew I had no other option than try things myself. And I tried, and I really recommend that before you go to the maternity to give birth to your baby, always go to the last minute, and all this time try things that work for you. When you have option, you find what works, and then what will work for you is what will make your labor easier. So just give it a try. Remember, because I completely forgot about the clitoris. I heard it when I recorded on my podcast a birth story. I think it's also on my channel, but it is in French. And she talked to me about it, and I was in the last month of my pregnancy, not too far between then and the birth, but I completely forgot. And the best thing happened is that I was editing this episode on the morning of my birth, so I had a bit of contraction. I wasn't sure if it was the start, and she talked about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try this today. And that was the best thing, but I completely forgot. So really write it down somewhere. That's it for me. I will talk to you about the clitoris in more detail in another video. If you didn't do it, just subscribe. I will talk about everything, maternity related, from trying to conceive to postpartum. So if you want tips, this is what I'm here for. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate. Interact with this video. I am changing the language, so it might take a bit of time for YouTube to understand that now I am to a wider audience. So please interact, share if it helped you, share with your partner so that they can remind you as well, and subscribe. That will really, really help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.